Tens of millions of people play Minecraft, some of them every day. Out of those, hundreds of thousands record and post on YouTube what they do in Minecraft, some of those every day. Among those, several thousand have done a good enough job of commentating, and I mean not just babbling on about whatever's interesting to them, but really commentating on the game. And out of those, I can probably count on the fingers of both hands and the toes of both feet people I'm actually interested in watching. And of those, there are about 10 that when my inbox shows an email notification that they have posted a video, I go, oh goody. XisumaVoid is at the top of that list. Now, a lot of people just turn on the record button and turn on the game and start. I'm hopping with this zombie. This is NoobCraft, by the way, and we just went from the jungle tree to my nether base, and I'm showing you that I've built a tunnel to another nether portal because I've been exploring on the overground. Went past the jungle base in a direction away from everything I've already developed. And I came out at a really nice dark oak forest and a beautiful, beautiful natural cave with about 6 ravines, or yeah, maybe about 6 ravines that crisscross into each other. And I would like to develop that area and keep it natural. I put those vines there so the guests can't see me. Let's see. So, why is XisumaVoid different? Well, he doesn't just turn on the recorder and start talking about whatever. He edits his videos. They're scripted. He goes into the HermitCraft server or a number of his private servers or his new XPD public server, and he works and works and works, and when it's ready, he will record a segment, usually of the finished or work in progress. We don't have to sit. Oh, I've decorated my gas. This is my texture pack so that I can see a lot, so I can see in the nether. He doesn't force us to sit there and watch him agonize over whether to place spruce wood or dark oak planks. He doesn't make us watch him rummage through his inventory while he looks for something like a lever, and now where did I put that? Or a beacon or something. When he edits a video, it's ready to be edited. The other thing is, so we don't have to spend a lot of time watching him bumble around. The other thing is that this man studies game mechanics. Seriously studies the game mechanics. He does a series called Myth Busting, in which he builds contraptions in a creative world and probably with MC Edit. So he can copy and paste, and he builds contraptions so that he can test, for instance, sapling fall rates among trees under different conditions, depending on what biome they're in, that sort of thing, so that we have an idea of how many saplings fall. And when the 2 new trees came out, acacia and dark oak, he built a ginormous contraption, tested thousands of decaying leaf blocks to see how many leaves decay into saplings and or apples. So here's the new place. It's not really that far, but I wouldn't like to walk it, so I'm really glad I built a portal. I always build portals close to build height limits so that I don't have to deal with so much garbage in the nether. It's a very long way down. So when Xuma tests to see what level of efficiency and what type of material a tool has to be, such as should it be diamond, Should it be iron? Should it be stone? Can you get away with stone, etc.? To see how a particular block breaks immediately without having to do a lot of tappity-tappity-tap. You know for real that has been tested and retested and retested, and that it took him hours to do it. And when he puts up a video, the information will be accurate and correct. It won't be some rumor like, let's see, sugar cane grows faster on sand than it does on grass or dirt. I heard that rumor, and I believed it because I was hearing it from people who had played more than I, so I just assumed it to be true. Xisuma did a test on that. Not true. I wonder if light levels between the difference between sand and grass and dirt might have an effect, but I don't know. Who does a golem attack and why? That sort of thing. He does those, I think, once a week. Now, in addition to that, he also produces some of the best Redstone videos, and he's been doing it for over 2 years now, starting with that little cave spider spawner. He found a cluster of them. I think it was about 5 of them. His very first talkie video, and he decided he was going to build traps to flush the spiders down a water chute and into a crusher. And he had a very simple little circuit to squash spiders with. He's been working in Redstone since the old days of the game. If there is anything in Redstone that can be done, Xisuma probably knows about it, and if there's anything that can't be done, he probably knows about that too. He consults with the best in the game. They are his friends and his co-workers. And if he doesn't know how to do it, they will help him figure it out. It also carries through with things like landscaping and building. He's beginning to spread his wings and find ways of being aesthetically satisfied with his work instead of only building contraptions and little boxes to live in. His work is becoming quite elaborate, and he thinks about every block placed. So, why would I say anything about his server? If it had been anybody else, including most of the people on Minecraft and a lot of other very famous people who had put out a personal creative plot server, I wouldn't have cared. I would have just walked after I gave them a few choice words about what I think of their speech and their behavior and their frivolity and their discourteousness toward visitors to the server. I would have just walked, because who cares? Who needs to be around it? However, Xisuma is a professional. He spends more time at this game, I would say, than Dinnerbone, having watched Dinnerbone play UHC a few times now. He knows more about the game mechanics, he knows more about tactics, he knows more about how blocks and mobs and weapons and enchantments and a lot of stuff work than most people who play or produce videos about this game. He is a professional, a consummate professional. He takes his work seriously, and he does it beautifully, impeccably. He won't settle for less. He has very high standards. So does that creative server. And Xisuma is also a very generous person. I've seen him play, PvP matches, and I've seen him play co-ops on HermitCraft and so on, and he's a very generous and open-minded and friendly person, and I'm sure he wants his server that way. In addition, he is extremely community-minded. He has organized community events on the HermitCraft server that make it one of the most fun servers to watch and visit and learn about the other members, because it's not just a bunch of individual members playing basically single player on a fancy server. People work together, they do projects together. ABBA caving, for instance. Please go check out ABBA caving, where you use fire resist, night vision, and what's the other one? I think it's regen. And you just go caving as fast as you can in competition with someone else. Different blocks have different uh, scores, and then at the end you take your loot back, you pile it all up, and you see who won that round. Now all the loot's going into a big community chest. Once everybody's played a match, the people who won those matches will play in playoffs and so on until they get to the final match, and then it's winner take all. It's a heck of a concept, and it's bringing the server together, and it makes people feel connected and like they're neighbors and part of a community. He invented a mailbox system for the server. He made a wither skeleton farming contraption that required, what was it, 37,000 half slabs over the nether to prevent any spawning, so that there would be increased wither skeleton spawning, so that people could get skulls to make withers to make beacons. This man works hard. I have a lot more respect for him than just about anybody else in the game. That's a stone cold fact. I sincerely respect him. I think he's doing a fabulous job with his career, with his channel, and with his server. And I want to see it stay that way. And I don't want TeamSpeak or any other part of that channel to turn into a boiled down version of something crass and there for the shock value, like 4chan, or some of the worst parts of Reddit, or some of the worst comments in YouTube. I want it to be a welcoming, inviting place for anybody who shows up. Again, we don't know who has the talent. We don't know who's going to carry interactive digital media forward and how they're going to do it. But it's going to be a kid, and we don't know the color, the physical ability, the gender, the sexual orientation, or anything, or the class, or anything else about that kid right now. And I don't want any kids to feel excluded. But as for XisumaVoid, he's a real hero to me as far as being a YouTuber, videographer, and Minecraft player. He's a real example. He sets the bar high. And if I could be 1/10 as good as Xisuma, and it's not about equipment, it's about paying attention to the game, taking it seriously, and doing the background work and the grunt work to make it happen. If I could be 1/10 as good as Xisuma, I would consider my career in Minecraft videos a tremendous success. That's what I think of Xisuma. Happy holidays. Thanks for watching. Bye.